What's up, everybody? It's Bad Luck Charlie come back with another video, and today it's January 16th, 2026, and it's the week before the new set Lorwyn Eclipsed comes out. Shout out to my local card shop, Card Quest, for doing pre-orders and then releasing them today. And if you guys haven't seen my last video, I opened up a bundle. Um, but this time we're going to be opening the Play Booster box. If you guys aren't familiar with Wizards, just like any card game, they come out with booster boxes. They used to have like 36 packs in them, but they only have 30 boosters, which is enough for 10 players if you're drafting 3 packs per player. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful set. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking for the lands. Um, Also looking for the special guest Goblin Sharpshooter since it got reprinted. Kind of hard to pull, and then we also got the uh, Hexing Sculpture card that everybody's chasing. It's a 3-cost mono red goblin that's gonna be pretty good and nasty in my Krenko deck. So I'm pretty much looking for that. I don't really know what else I'm looking for. But yeah, no further ado, let's get to ripping. You guys already know what the deal is. Let me know if you guys ended up buying Lorwyn Eclipsed. This is the first set of the 2026 rotation. Jesus. There we go. I don't know why that took so long. I'm weak. I'm getting old. Alright. One fresh case. And here are the color combinations of Lorwyn Eclipsed. Usually there's 10 archetypes, but looks like you gotta do color combinations to get somewhere. So you do the white and blue, which is merfolk, black and red, which is goblins. Usually goblins are mono red, but it looks like they added black into there. Don't know who is the commander for that. And then green, white is Kithkin, which are the funny looking people. Uh, blue, blue, red is elementals, and then black, green is elves. And usually elves are mono green. But yeah, one full box. Let's get into it. Let me know how you guys are liking this new setup. I know I usually do the top-down view, but just decided to switch it up for these 2 videos. Just to see how I like it. Pretty comfortable so far. I don't know what the card trick is, because, you know, the bundle and the play booster box is different. Honestly, I'd be happy with any special guest cards. Alright. Formidable Speaker. Elf Druid. When this creature enters, you may discard a card. If you do, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. You get to pay 1, tap, untap another target permanent. Sweet. Midnight Tilling. And a Full Art Plains. Oh, there's a tear tab right here. I don't like the tear tabs. They're not really efficient. Apologize for the glare on accidents. Overgrown tomb. There we go. There's one of the lands I'm looking for. So let's leave this back. Well, you guys didn't see that? Perfect. I just grabbed one. Overgrown tomb is one of the cards that we are looking for. Black, green. Sweet. And here's that foil Tributary Vaulter. And the full art forest. Alright, we're off to a pretty good start. This is actually a pretty good card. For each other goblin you control, especially with Krenko, it's going to ramp hard. Champion of the Path. Elemental Sorcerer. 4 cost. As an additional cost to cast a spell, behold an elemental and exile it. Whenever another elemental you control enters, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. Sun Dappled Celebrant and regular island. Let me in. Jeez. This is the cover art for the teaser, I believe. Do I see something back there? Hollow Fountain. Nice. I needed that. Eclipsed Elf foil. I got that card in my bundle if you haven't watched that video yet. Yes, I put my cards upside down in there. That's a pretty nice looking foil, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Sweet. Alright, so let's continue. I have a copy of Hollow Fountain in my Jin Sakai deck already, so it's nice to have an extra one, honestly. But if I can pull the full art one, that would be pretty sick. Alright. Oops. I haven't really gotten the chance to really look into the set besides some of the spoilers. So I'll pretty much read all these cards later when I get the chance. Oh, we got a special guest. Painter's Servant. It's a 2 cost. As this creature enters, choose a color. All cards that aren't on the battlefield, spells and permanents are the chosen color in addition to their other colors. What is this going for right now? Oops. Painters. Painter's Servant. Oh, it's actually going for servants. Special guest. Oh, it's actually going for quite a bit. Pre-sale prices are like 70. Hmm, pretty good. Tursten's Command. Let me actually sleeve up this Painter's Servant before I do anything else. It's pretty nice art. Pretty happy that I at least got one special guest card. You know, those are pretty hard to come by. Tristan's Command. 6 costs using 1 black, 1 green. Choose to create a token that's a copy of target elf you control, or return 1 or 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Destroy target creature or enchantments. Single. Creatures target player controls get +3/+3 until the end of turn. Untap them. And Bog Slither Embrace, and a full art foil forest. Disruptor of Currents, 5 cost, 2 blue. Creature, Merfolk, Wizard, Flash has Convoke. Your creatures can help cast this spell. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays for 1 or 1 mana of that creature's color. When this creature enters, return up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Almty's Sentence, a foil, and a regular full art forest. Jeez. Oh, Goblin. This is actually a pretty good land. Twin Flame Travelers. That's actually really nice art. This reminds me of what was it, Lava Girl and Water Boy inside of the old Flash games. Dream Harvest. It's a sorcery, 7 costs. You have to pay 1 blue or 1 black. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they have exiled cards with total mana value 5 or greater. This way, until end of turn, you may cast cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. There it is, a Hexing Squelcher rare. I know this is really high right now, but if I'm able to pull this one while opening this box, it's solid. And I did pull one. Wow. What? This box is cracked. In a regular land. Or full art land. What the hell? That's crazy. That is crazy. And sorry if I'm reading these cards really badly, because I'm running on like 2 brain cells, honestly, because it's been a interesting week at work. Yay, we got our Hexing Squelchers. Let's go. Champions of the Perfect. 4 cost Elf Warrior. As an additional cost to cast a spell, behold an elf and exile it. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. Silver Gill Peddler and regular plains. Stalactite Dagger, Flying Cinder, Kinscare Sentry. 2 costs, first strike lifelink. Whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking, where X is the number of attacking creatures you control. Wander Brine Preacher. And a regular swamp. I feel like some of these cards are going to be really good for Standard. For all you Standard players. I don't play Standard, but shout out to you guys though. Oh, nice. It's an Oko Lorwyn Liege Planeswalker. 3 cost. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 green. If you do, transform Oko. Up to 1 target creature gains, or if you increase the loyalty by 2, up to 1 target creature gains all creature types. Or +1 loyalty, target creature gets -2, -0 until your next turn. And it flips over. Oops. Turns into Oko Shadowmoor Scion. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 blue. If you do, transform Oko. You can -1 mill 3 cards. You may put a permanent card among them into your hand. -3, create 2 3/3 green elk creature tokens. Or -6, choose a creature type. You get an emblem with creatures you control of the chosen type get +3/+3 and have vigilance and hexproof. Pretty good. Let's sleeve that sucker up. This is actually a pretty good box. I'm not gonna lie. What was the last card? Tweez in a full art island. I just need the Goblin Sharpshooter special guest card, and I'll probably be set for this box and just draft when my friends are drafting. I would go to locals, but too smooth brain sometimes. Now give me a Blood Crypt. See something back there. Bristlebane Battler. Kidless Soldier is a 2 cost. Trample has Ward 2. This creature enters with 5 -1/-1 counters on it. Whenever another creature you control enters while this creature has a -1/-1 counter, remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. Interesting. And a force. Let's do a fast pack and go. What is that? Man, what the hell? Sonar Innovative First Year. Goblin Sorcerer. At the beginning of your first main phase, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X non-land cards, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. For each of those colors, you may exile a card of that color from among that revealed card. Then shuffle. You may cast the exile card this turn. And it got a foil Eclipsed Bogart, Goblin Scout. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a goblin, swamp, or mountain card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest of the at the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And a forced. I like these arts. They kind of remind me of um, Wilds of Eldraine. Loki. I like it when Magic does their own like um, sets, like the old times before they made Universes Beyond. I do adore Universes Beyond because they're bringing in a whole bunch of our childhoods, of what's current. I know a lot of people don't like Universes Beyond, but everybody has their own um, opinions, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just as long as you enjoy the game to some sort. I know it can get pretty extreme because now you're fighting, a Gristle Glutton versus a SpongeBob. Like what? But we know it's just for example, it's a reskin of one of the Joda cards. We got Mornsong Arya. Players can't draw cards or gain life. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches their library for a card and puts it into their hand and shuffles. Mutable Explorer. Changeling. When this creature enters, create a tapped Multivolt token. It's a land with tap, add. Oh, this might be nasty. Tap, add a colorless, and pay 1. This token becomes a 2/2 creature with all creature types until the end of turn. It's still a land. Mist Meadow Council. Foil, plains. But yeah, it's pretty weird to think about in Stranger or the Universes Beyond. But at the end of the day, it's a card game. What can you really do, right? Everybody has fun. It makes the game more interesting, honestly. Or it makes it more intimidating when you pull out, I don't know, My Little Pony against a Porphyros or something like that. I don't know. Just rambling on. Brigid. Klechan's Heart. These people look funny. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Brigid, Klechan's Heart, create a 1/1 green and white kin creature token. At the beginning of your main phase, you may pay 1 green if you do transform Brigid. And she transformed into Brigid. Down's Mind. Tap, add X green or X white, where X is the number of other creatures you control. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 white if you do transform Brigid. And Stoic Grove Guide. And have you guys seen the new Fallout Secret Layer drop that's coming out on the 26th? I think I'm going to be investing in it because there are some really good cards in there. Like, for example, the Nuka-Cola machine. That one only exists inside of the Commander deck, so I have to pick that up. Taster of Wares. Goblin Warlock. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals X cards from their hand, where X is the number of goblins you control. You choose one of those cards, that player exiles it. If an instant or sorcery card is exiled this way, you may cast it for as long as you control this creature. And the mana type of mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. Interesting. That last sentence though. Island. And a goblin token. Interesting. But yeah, speaking of that Secret Layer. That's pretty awesome. I love what they're doing with Secret Layers as of late. Some of my friends know, if you're watching, shout out to you guys, that I am currently in the process of finishing my Jin Sakai Ghost of Tsushima deck. I would like to get upgraded to a Rainbow Foil at some point, if I can. But I have the card already. It's a pretty nasty deck. Building around Voltron style and also Ninjutsu, because to cheat it out. Twilight Diviner, creature Elf Cleric. When this creature enters, surveil 2. Whenever one or more other creature you control enters, if they entered or were cast from a graveyard, create a token that's a copy of one of them. This ability only triggers only once each turn. And we got another Meek Attack. I pulled a Meek Attack earlier from a bundle. If you guys haven't watched that video, I recommend it. Didn't get a lot in that box, but it's okay. And we got some fuel for Cranko, the boy. And the next set after Lorwyn is going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I am going to get the Commander deck for that because it's 5 colors and it is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know a lot of us grew up with TMNT, and myself included. The lands in that set is pretty solid, so I hope to get like a nice playset of each, like 10 of each. Figure of Fable. Oh, this card scares me. It looks like a turnip. Kithkin. 1 green, 1 white. 1 green or 1 white cost, and you get to pay 1 green, 1 white. This creature becomes a Kithkin Scout with base power and toughness 2 or 3. Or you pay 3. If this creature is a Scout, it becomes a Kithkin Soldier with base power and toughness for 5. Or you get to pay 6. If this creature is a Soldier, it becomes a Kithkin Avatar with base power and toughness 7, 8, and protection from each of your opponents. Wait. This is like Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, the swordsman level, like the level 3, the level 5, level 7. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Interesting. And we got a Bitter Bloom Bearer. I think this is a chase for some people. Yeah, it's going for like $18 pre-sale. It's 2 black fairy rogue flash flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 blue and black fairy creature token with flying. I think if you mix this in with green and you have all of those token generators, I think that would be pretty solid. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know. I'm just an amateur player. Solid box so far. Solid box. And have you guys been watching Fallout or Percy Jackson on Disney Plus? Fallout's on Prime Video. Everybody's got Amazon Prime, right? Shout out to Sam. Champions of the Shoal. I got this as a pre-release stamp card. As an additional cost to cast a spell, behold a merfolk and exile it. Whenever this creature enters or becomes tapped, tap up to 1 target creature and put a stun counter on it. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner. Wait, there's a card that untaps this card, or untaps a card constantly. There might be a nasty combo for that. Foil Forest. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. If you know it, post it in the comments. Let's do a fast one. Emptiness. It's a 6 cost elemental incarnation. When this creature enters, if 2 white was spent to cast it, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. When this creature card enters, if 2 black was spent to cast it, put -3, -1, -1 counters on up to 1 target creature. Evoke, pay 1 white, 1 black, and 1 white or 1 black. Interesting. I know the extended art or full art card of this card is pretty cool. Let me search this up real quick. Emptiness. Couple bucks. Just checking the presale values for historization. Alright. What is this? Dink, dink, bink. Oh, nice. Blood Crypt. And a Lockmare. Lockmare. This creature enters with 3 -1, -1 counters on it. Pay 2, remove a counter from this creature, draw a card. Or pay 3, remove 2 counters from this creature, tap target creature, put a stun counter on it. That's actually pretty solid deck. Anything else in here? Doesn't really look like it. Burden, Stone Mech, and a Forest. Yeah, this box is pretty loaded, I'm not gonna lie. And a Blood Crypt. So I am looking for 2 more of the lands. So I've got the white blue, black red, and then the black green. So I need a couple more to have a play set. Actually, no, I think it's 10. Actually, what am I doing? I'm tripping. I got 3 out of 10. Breathe the Clan Stout Arm. Giant Warrior. Pay 2, tap another target creature you control gains flying and lifelink until the end of the turn. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. If the spell's mana value is less than or equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. Otherwise, put it into your hand. Foraging Wickermaw. Ravage that pack, jeez. Boom. Abigail, Eloquent First Year. I pulled that card earlier, so we're solid. Down to our last, like, 7 packs or so. Selfless, Safe Right. Flash, Convoke, When this creature enters, choose a creature type. Other permanents you control of that type gain hexproof and indestructible until the end of the turn. Expensive cost. Riss the Evermore. Flash, when Riss enters, another target creature you control gains persist until the end of the turn. Pay 1, tap, remove any number of counters from target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Bridges Command, I already got that one. Forest and a token. Celestial Reunion. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you may choose a creature type and behold 2 creatures of that type. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. If this spell's additional cost was paid, and revealed card is the chosen type, put that card into the battlefield instead of putting it to your hand. How much is this one going for? Just to see the pre-sale prices. Celestial Reunion. It's going for like $1. Hit rate for Mythics is pretty wild right now. I don't even know how much that Oko is going for. This one was Oko Lorwyn Liege. Oh, let's go for like $10. Not too terrible. Of course, it is pre-release prices, so my light probably turned off because my phone is low battery or something. So I'll try to hurry this up. Bloom Ripper. When this creature enters, target creature you control gets +X+0 until the end of the turn, and choose up to 1 target creature and opponent controls get -X or -0, -X until end of turn, where X is the number of elves you control plus the number of elf cards in your graveyard. Feed the Flame, and a foil Plains. Alright, down to our last packs. I need to get an external light. I think I have one somewhere. Fire Leaper. All creatures have haste. When a player taps a basic land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any type that land produced. Eclipsed Realm in foil. Put that to the side because that's actually a pretty decent card for goblins. Down to our last row of packs here. Yeah. Pretty solid box. I am satisfied with 2 of those Hexing Squelchers. I can use that in Cloud, or I can use that in my other commander deck. Grub, Storied Matriarch. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Grub, Storied Matriarch, return up to 1 target goblin card from your graveyard into your hand. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 red. If you do, transform Grub. Transforms into Grub, Notorious Auntie. Whenever Grub attacks, you may blight 1. If you do, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of Blighted Creature, except it has, at the beginning of the end step, sacrifice this token. And then if I At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 black if you do transform grub. Interesting. I think that's supposed to be the Goblin Commander, the new one, but nothing beats Cranko, the OG. If you know, you know, the most hated of them all. Champion of Klechan. As an additional cost to cast a spell, behold a Kithkin and exile it. Other Kithkin you control get +1/+1. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. Dream Seizure, and Forest. Alright, last pack of this pretty solid box, I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Adept Water Shaper. Merfolk Cleric. Other tap creatures you control have indestructible. Rhyme Chill. And a Forest. And that's it for my box. It's pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. Let's check out what we got. So messy. So here's all of our lands that we got that we were looking for. We got a Blood Crypt, Hollowed Fountain, Overgrown Tomb, Celestial Reunion, Lochmere Showcase, Emptiness, Bitterbloom Bearer, Mikatek, Oko Lorwyn Liege, Hexing Squelcher. Oh, I just realized this one is right side up. So there we go. 1 foil Hexing Sculpture, 1 regular Hexing Sculpture, and a Painter's Servant, a special guest. I didn't get the Goblin Sharpshooter, but that's okay. I am pretty grateful for this box. Shout out to CardQuest for selecting my box. You guys always choose the correct boxes for me. That bundle wasn't it, but that's okay. You guys are the best card shop in Sacramento. If you guys are in Sacramento area, make sure you guys go check them off. They are off of 50 and Bradshaw. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my opening. It was a pretty good box. Pretty tired though, so probably gonna take a nap after this, honestly. Gotta go through all these cards, but yeah, let me know how you guys like this new setup. And sorry my light turned off, so what can you do? You guys are always the best supporter, and it's the beginning of 2026. People say that it's supposed to be like 2016, but every year is special. So make the most of it. Make sure you guys spend time with family and the people around you. But yeah, let's turn this bad luck into good luck. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. It's been a good one. I'll see you guys later. Peace.